You're rather hard to track down, I'll give you that. I was asked to find you as soon as possible. If you ask me, this problem sounds urgent. You'd best head on over to the Bannered Mare in Whiterun. Speak to Lurius Lior. He mentioned something about trouble with a dragon. And the promise of a generous reward. Sounds tempting. If I were you, I'd best not keep him waiting.
But I've got a right to browse, don't I?
Ah, you made it. I was beginning to think you were never going to show up. The problem is straightforward enough, I suppose. A dragon has been attacking settlements throughout the holds. Contingents of guards have been sent after it, but the damn thing has so far managed to evade all our efforts. Oh, but where are my manners? Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lurius Lior with the East Empire Company. How shall I put it? Dragon attacks are very bad for trade. They're also very bad for settlements throughout the holds, hence a commonality. We've been cooperating with the Jarls to pool our resources together towards finding a solution to this issue. I'm sure the collective bounty of 10,000 gold on this dragon should stir enough sword wavers into action should my plan fail. I know of some mercenaries with exceptional talents. Glad you asked. This dragon has so far proven very difficult to approach. We'll need a team that can cover a lot of ground quickly to corner it. And aside from giants, I'm not sure what else could stand up against a dragon. But that's where you'll come in, Dragonborn. I've assembled a team of the finest mercenaries I know. They've been tracking the dragon from its last known sighting in Falkreath. There's Athir, a Redguard warrior from Hammerfell. He used to be Alakir until he took up mercenary work. Danelit, a Bosmer archer, the most skilled sharpshooter I know. She was recently incarcerated in solitude for petty theft. Luckily, the Empire was willing to look the other way this time if it meant putting a stop to this dragon. Shargo, an orc berserker from Nazulba, with the strength of at least 3 of his kind. We'll definitely need him along for the hunt. And Elmira, a mage with some unhealthy fixations, but highly skilled in the arts of the arcane nevertheless. I'll mark the rendezvous point on your map. When you get there, speak to Athir. By now, he should know where that dragon's been roosting. If we're lucky, we might be able to get the jump on that dragon and put an end to the trouble it's been causing, once and for all. Godspeed, Dragonborn. I'll be waiting here for your return.
So, you're the one Lurius asked us to wait for. You're this Dragonborn people have been talking about. Well, if Lurius trusts you, then I guess we have no choice. I'm Athir, and this is our little ragtag group assembled by the Empire's coin. I wish we could have met under more favorable circumstances, but I'm afraid we're a little short on time. Good that you arrived when you did. We've been following recent sightings of the dragon in Falkreath Hold. It hasn't attacked Falkreath directly, but its presence is straining trade. Supply shipments through the region have ground to a halt. Seems like they've heard this dragon has a bit of a penchant for them. Why? Can't say for sure. It would make more sense for the beast to hit major population centers. But who knows what their true intentions are. The last witness I spoke to said the dragon had been returning to the same spot in the mountains southeast of Falkreath over the past few days. Ancient's Ascent is likely where it's roosting now, but who knows for how long. I suggest we head there immediately. We may be able to catch it by surprise. We can't do this on our own. That's why Lurius asked for your help. With you on our side, we might just have a chance of pulling this off. Now come on, we need to move quickly. Need something? Not much to tell, really. I'm a Red Guard from Hammerfell. Joined the Athir at an early age, but left it all behind to live a life on the road. I was in the service of the Fighters Guild in Cyrodiil for a time, before crossing the border into Skyrim in search of more lucrative work. The Silverblood family in Markarth are a frequent client of mine. Seems like they have a few bones to pick with the Forsworn of the Reach.
I have no idea what you could ever possibly expect to receive from me. Donations? Never. You wish to learn about me? Gods, where do I even begin? I suppose I could begin at the beginning. That's always a good place to begin. For a while, I trained with the College of Whispers, at least until I accidentally turned a fellow student into a pile of ash. It was a learning experience, for it was I who first discovered that it was indeed possible to summon an Atronach inside another person. Following that ordeal, I fled to Skyrim to pursue my research into the Dwemer. Do you know what a thresher is? The Dwemer were ingenious. Why, just the other day I activated one just as a bandit was stepping over it. Talk about cleanly cut fillets. Simply marvelous. Need something? I grew up in Valenwood, where I learned the art of the hunt. My skill with the bow was unsurpassed among my peers. I joined the resistance against the Thalmor, but fled to Skyrim when the conflict became too intense. There are less riskier ways to earn a living, but it seems war follows you wherever you go. Now I fight whenever I need to fight, and kill whenever I need to kill. Acts of valor in a world such as ours are futile and meaningless.
Huh? I'm the kind of orc that likes to kill those who ask too many questions. Kendav Balan Fukain. Finally, warriors worthy of combat walk before me. I was beginning to think your champions were all cowards, Kaisal. Varuki Togat Ronga Dovaki. This one surprises me with its Dova source. I have heard rumors. Maybe you are worthy of my Narak near gold. It has been a grave for lesser mortals. In your tongue, they call it Wyrmstooth. To the door, it is the Brumlock Strunma. Seek it, Yargol's Walan, and you shall have the battle you seek.
Damn it! I can't believe the beast just slipped through our fingers. This isn't going to go down well with Lorius. You can count on that. You're right. It was probably watching our movements this whole time. It was foolish to think we could just corner it like a wild beast. Seems like the dragon wants us to pursue it to Wyrmstooth. I'm beginning to see why Lorius is involved in this dragon hunt. I'm sure he can explain it better than I can. But for now, we should return to the Bannered Mare and let him know what transpired.
Oh, look at the colors.
You're back. I was beginning to think you may never return. So, how did it go? Did you slay the dragon? What do you mean? What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be out there pursuing it? Wyrmstooth? Then it seems that once again that dragon has slipped out of our grasp. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this. There's a reason I'm involved in this little dragon hunt of ours. I manage the Imperial mining settlement at Wyrmstooth. That dragon first showed up a fortnight ago. It began killing miners and burning trade caravans on the road, but never attacked us directly. I tried evacuating people back to the mainland in case it changed its mind, but those miners are a stubborn lot. Foolish, if you ask me. So I hired a group of mercenaries to come to Wyrmstooth and put that dragon to the sword. Sadly, they were never heard of again. Things were quiet for a while. I assumed the dragon either went back to sleep or had left the island for good. Either way would be fine with me. But then I heard news that the very same dragon was spotted over Skyrim, putting a strain on trade routes, burning caravans and settlements. I came to Skyrim at the behest of the East Empire Company. They probably saw this as my responsibility to deal with. I thought I could correct past mistakes by ending things here, but that dragon has proved far more slippery than I had imagined. It seems we have no choice but to pursue it back to where things first started, back to Wyrmstooth. I'll have a ship ready at the docks in Solitude. Meet me there and we'll set sail for Wyrmstooth. I shouldn't need to remind you that we won't know what to expect when we arrive. You should stock up on whatever supplies you need before we depart. And don't forget, that 10,000 gold bounty is still up for grabs should we actually manage to pull this off.
You talk to Ed Brothers. Deja has no words for you.
The Red Wave has sailed to many locations in the Sea of Ghosts. Wyrmstooth, Rosecrea, Solstheim, even Count McQuay. Ain't much to tell, really. I left Rosecrea to join Safia's crew. Anything to get out and see the world. It's tough work, but we make good gold. Demand's high for our services right now. Not much. The only place I've traveled to is the inn for drinks with the crew. Seems like a cold, miserable place most of the year. They have trouble growing crops. But on the bright side, I guess that keeps us in business.
A vessel that can take us to Wyrmstooth. I know it's not much, but it'll get us there in one piece. Let me know when you're ready and we'll depart. Remember, we won't be returning until that dragon is dead, so make sure you're prepared for anything. Very well. You should be able to stock up on supplies in Solitude, but don't keep us waiting for too long. The longer we wait, the more likely that dragon is to return. Acquired a vessel that can take us to Wyrmstooth. I know it's not much, but it'll get us there in one piece. Let me know when you're ready and we'll depart. Remember, we won't be returning until that dragon is dead, so make sure you're prepared for anything. Great. I'll let everyone know we're ready to set sail. Head below deck and get some shut-eye. It'll take a few hours for us to get there, and we'll need to be fully rested to face whatever is in store. We're here. The town is a short distance away. Once I've spoken with the others, we'll head there immediately. Alright, listen up everyone. That monster is out there on this island. It knows we're here, and it likely has a trap prepared for us. No second chances. No letting it get away this time, or none of us are getting paid. Do I make myself clear? Great. Let's move out.
Should have come here.
Can't wait to come out your toy.
As good as dead.
gods, what a disaster! They never stood a chance. I can't even begin to imagine how the mining settlement's going to recover from this. Elmira and Theoden will stay behind and tend to the wounded. There's likely more people trapped under all this rubble. The rest of us are heading to the barrow on the other side of the island. I suggest you follow along with us, but if you want to scout around first, we'll be waiting for you at the barrow, so don't take too long. Can I help you?
What can this one do for you? We were caught by surprise by a dragon, of all things. This one heard rumors about dragons returning to Tamriel, but did not believe it to be true. The local guard didn't stand a chance against the monster, and the settlement was quickly engulfed in flames. The lucky ones managed to escape into the wilderness, but most were eaten or burned to cinders. It is not a good way to live in this world. Through the smoke, this one could see it return to the mountains across the steamboats from where it came. Perhaps that is where it is roosting. If you would seek it out and put it to the sword, speak to Jashavidar first. He has equipment for sale that you may find useful. Warm sands to you, friend. This one will manage, though it is a surprise we even survived at all. A place like this cannot hold against a dragon. More so now than before the Empire started cutting resources. Each year the Empire sends less and less soldiers to defend the mining settlement. And now look what happens. But do not worry about this one. Worry about those who fled into the forests and have yet to return. If the dragon did not eat them, surely the things that crawl in the wilderness will.
Warm sands to you. Not long ago, just before the sun began to rise, the dragon burned the town and scattered its folks before returning to the mountains. This one thinks it may have been a calculated attack. The tools of the trade for many an adventurer. Take a look.
I have no idea what you could ever possibly expect to receive from me. Donations? Never.